Food security is the state of having reliable access to a sufficient quantity of affordable, nutritious food. The availability of food for people of any class and state. Gender or religion is another element of food security. Similarly, household food security is considered to exist when all the members of a family, at all times, have access to enough food for an active, healthy life. 1. Individuals who are food secure do not live in hunger or fear of starvation. 2. Food security includes resilience to future disruptions of food supply. Such a disruption could occur due to various risk factors such as droughts and floods, shipping disruptions, fuel shortages, economic instability, and wars. 3. Food insecurity is the opposite of food security, a state where there is only limited or uncertain availability of suitable food.
Even though enough food is grown to feed all 7 billion people on Earth, around 795 million, so 1 in 9 people do not eat enough food to maintain good health. These people don't just live in less developed countries. Being undernourished is a problem all around the world. The ability to provide enough food for people is called food security. Food security exists when all people at all times have physical and economical access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food for an active and healthy life. There are many countries around the world for which food security is a major issue, and there are several reasons why this might be. Let's look at each of them in turn and how the problems could be solved. Firstly, the human population is increasing. In the last 100 years, it has quadrupled and shows no signs of slowing. More people means more food is needed, but also there is less room to farm and fewer resources like access to water. These challenges combined mean it is becoming more and more difficult to grow enough food for everyone. Ways to increase food population include the increase in the use of fertilizers and growing GM crops, which have a higher yield. To feed 9 billion people by 2050, most experts agree that we need to produce about 70% more food. And not only is the population increasing, but many people's diets are changing. Countries are becoming more developed and their populations are eating more food, especially meat and fish. A good example is China, where a high population combined with a burgeoning economy has seen a rapid change in the types of food the population is consuming. This has a twofold impact on food security. First, it can result in the transport of food supplies away from other countries, possibly where the population may be poorer and in need of the food themselves. Secondly, the production of meat requires more space and resources than the growing of crops. Encouraging people in more developed countries to eat less meat and fish will help solve this problem. Some even say that we should be eating more insects, as these are a good source of protein, and farming them requires much fewer resources than larger animals. Would you eat insects to help increase food security? Climate change is also having an impact on food security, but some areas are experiencing higher levels of drought and others more flooding. Both reduce the ability of the land to provide food. Also, climate change has affected the distribution of pests and pathogens. Insects that once could not survive in an area because the climate was not suitable can now thrive there, and farmers are experiencing new pests and diseases that were not a problem in the past. New pesticides can be developed to help with this, as well as growing crops that are resistant to diseases. Finally, conflict can affect food security. An area affected by war will experience a reduction in farming. Infrastructure that supply water may become damaged, and the transport of food around the country is disrupted. International aid can help people in countries affected by conflict to avoid a food security crisis. So in this video, we have covered what food security is, some reasons why it is an issue, and the ways that they can be solved.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions. Why not check out our FewSchool app as well? Until next time.